I'm Anne from Crystals and More, and today I'm going to show you how to make yo-yos. I'm going to show you so many different types. I've written myself notes, hoping that I don't manage to forget things. Chances are I'm going to need to do 2 or 3 of these to get everything in. So there'll be other videos in the next day or two. Now, so the first thing I'm going to do is show you how to make a yo-yo. Now, the yo-yos come in, the round yo-yos come in 5 sizes. There's the jumbo, extra large, large, small, and extra small. When Clover first brought them out, they had the small and the large. Then they realised how popular they'd be and brought out the other sizes. So they go from small to large in those two, and nearly every show somebody wants a medium one. They don't exist. Now, I will show you how to use a large one. So the large is the orange one here. It is really handy that they are colour-coded. Now, on the outside, there are knobs. On the inside, there's lines. You've got to line up your knobs with your lines. So you just put your fabric in between, line them up like that, and cut around the outside. Now, don't cut it too close. It only makes it harder for you to hold. And if you're working with a fabric that frays heaps, you can leave it quite long. So just roughly like that. So that eliminates already drawing a circle and cutting a cautious circle line. So best thread to use, I like using a top stitch thread because you only have to use one strand. If I was using regular thread, you would need to use 2 strands and a great big ugly knot in the end, because we're going to pull on this really hard and you want something that's going to pull through, not going to pull through all the way. Now there's little cutouts there, and they're like little crescents, and you're going from one side to the other side. You're not going over the top of any plastic. So it's straight up on one side, down on the other side. Now, if you're using a matching thread, sometimes it can be really hard to tell where you start and stop. So some people will do a black mark there because, mind you, if you do forget what you're doing and you go over a few extra stitches, it doesn't matter. It will still draw up really well. So we're doing this all the way around. The big advantage with the Clover yo-yo makers is they all turn out exactly the same. And many years ago, it's like beautiful antique yo-yo quilts. Frequently, the holes are really large. And the reason for that is the stitches were very, very small, because the smaller the stitches, the more thicknesses of thread. So, and with these, you'll notice that the stitches are actually quite large. Oh, and what I did forget to say, which is the most important thing when you're making a yo-yo, you've got to hold that down as you go around. It's really important to hold that so that as you're going around, like so, you are actually folding over the top. So that's going to automatically fold over the top. Nearly every time somebody contacts me that's having trouble with the yo-yos, it's because they haven't held that over. Because you'll see when I do this, it's going to pull up to be a really neat yo-yo. So I've nearly gone all the way around. It's really nice and quick. When you get around to where you started, which is where I am now, just do one more stitch. It just adds a little bit more strength to where you're pulling up. Be careful not to split the threads though. You don't want to split the threads. Oh, and something else I should have mentioned, it's also very easy to actually miss that base of the yo-yo, the base mould. So make sure you are going through fabric each time. So all I'm going to do now is push in the middle, slide it off, and draw it up. And it really is that simple. These are the best little gadgets ever. And you'll be surprised just how many things you can do with them. Now, to not knot off, I usually pick up a little bit of fabric. Put my needle halfway through. Grab the end that's come out of the fabric. Pull really firmly. Wrap it around twice. Thumb on it. And pull that through. And there you are. And, oh, what I meant to do, had you not pulled that up tight enough and you're looking and think, oh, that's a great big hole. All you've got to do is go through each fold, because they're already folded, and go all the way around and draw it up again and tie it off. And that will close the hole for you if you feel as though the hole's too large. So just taking that through to the other side, cutting it off, and there we have a very cute little yo-yo. Now, okay, so that's how to make a yo-yo. What you can do also, which I love, is you can mix your colours by sewing. Actually, I've seen this done more attractively actually than this one, with 4 different colours. So all you do is just sew them together, make a square, put your yo-yo maker in the middle, draw it up, and it'll come up like that. And I've seen them loop together and they look amazing. And this one is just a half and half. And I think they're really, really cute. There are so many different things you can do with them. And you're going to hear me say that so many times. Sorry, I keep on repeating myself. Now, okay, we'll start on another thing you can do. Okay, I'm going to repeat myself heaps. Okay. I'm just going to show you what to do here. If you had a whole swag of these are in cotton, and you wanted to make fabric by mixing them together, you can actually make handbags and all that kind of stuff, and you can actually create fabric. You can just keep on edging them together. You can actually make a metre of fabric. It's fascinating, and they look really nice. Depending on the fabric you're using is depending on the finish you want to create. If you were using plain cotton, you would all the yo-yos will go lovely and flat. They just cotton's cooperative. Now, if you want to make them interesting though, use quilter's lame. Quilter's lame, or anything with a degree of synthetic in it, the quilter's lame fights against the folds. So you'll notice with these, they've gone into swirls instead of straight like the cotton will do. The cotton goes very flat. I've got a little decoration here I've made. This is Chinese cotton blend, a Chinese silk blend. And what I've done, this is probably about 10 years old. All I've done is made 3. I've connected them at the top, connected at the bottom, and attached a tassel. Now, I haven't even sewn them together, but they stay puffy because of the synthetic in it. So it's a really good idea to pick the fabric on the effect you want to create. Now, this is using 3 yo-yos, but actually I'll get back to this Christmas tree first. When I was making this Christmas tree, I made this out of quilter's lame. All you do is you make, what did I use? 15 yo-yos. Lay them out in an order that you really like and just tack them together. It doesn't have to be too fancy. I use they're extra large for the little stems. So depending on the effect you want to create, quilter's lame, Chinese silk, and I'm saying a real lot, I'm sorry. And now this is a tassel that I've made to go on to cupboards. You can put them on cupboards. You can put them on, attach them to a key. They're really quite cute. I've done 1 extra large and 2 of each of the smaller sizes on each side with a crystal in between, but you could just do 1 of each if you want to make it shorter. You could do it without even putting the crystals in between. There's loads of things you can do. It's a little bit hard to get these tassels sometimes, so I'm trying to track down a whole lot of new ones, but I just can't get them. Just hang a whole lot of beads with a large bead at the bottom. That looks really cute too. Even this kind of tassel with a little 3 at the top. You can sew. Now, these were made by my friend in Brisbane, Kate Morris, and that is 2 yo-yos. You put 1 at the top, 1 at the bottom, and sew them around the centre, and cover the edge with cover the stitching with crystals or sequin by the metre, whatever you like. You can't just stuff a yo-yo, or you're going to end up with a very strange shaped ball. It's far more effective to have 2 yo-yos and put the stuffing in between both of them. You can do Christmas trees. These are really cute. And that's just 2 of each of all of the small sizes. So it's extra small, large and extra large. and just 3 little ones at the bottom, separated once again with a crystal. Now this is my snowman. I was going to do a little family of snowmen on it, but I ran out of time. So it ended up being just one, but you could do smaller sizes. So that was using the extra large and the large, but there's the little extra small, and whatever you want to do. Now, you can do them freestanding. You can have them hanging on a Christmas tree, like so. You can do anything you like, and they're a good one for the kids to play with. The yo-yo makers are fabulous for kids. Now, while I'm on this one, the fringe. They make a beautiful edge to any quilt. I've only done it on the bottom, but you could do it all the way around, obviously, and it'll look far more effective all the way around. Also, actually, there is this. This is, oh, hang on, I shall move some of this. So many bits. Now, this is a fringe on a baby quilt, and as you can see, it's really lovely. This is one I've been cutting around for years. It hangs up on my stand. But what I did just add to it not long ago is this. This is a yo-yo cat. I think it would be more effective if I had have made the next size up and have it kind of grabbing around. It's not my idea. This I saw in a Facebook feed recently, and I thought it was terribly, terribly cute. But it makes a really interesting label for your quilts. So, and that's using the extra large, no, the large and the small. But I think I would go up one size. I think I would use large and extra large there, and then the feet would be more in proportion. So that's those. What I really like about these two, you don't have to use them straight on. You can drag them to the side and create petals on flowers, and they are fabulous. I don't know how close you can see them, apart from the cat fur, which is in my house typical. But here's one I finished earlier. This is a poppy or hibiscus, whatever you'd like to call it, and all that is really is 5 petals sewn down, and then you finish them off with a little bit of a pistol stitch in the middle. You can do them in all the different sizes. My plan was to do a poppy field and actually have all of these in different sizes all over a quilt, and I think it would look sensational. That's on my to-do list. You know, those lists we have that go on forever, a little bit like this video. Now, I'm also going to show you shortly some flowers, some other flowers. I'll talk about that during that one, but not yet. And of course, the infamous Yo-Yo Clown. Seriously, she is gorgeous. This I've got available as a pattern. These are mainly done with the extra small, no, the small I should say, which is the little green yo-yo makers. In the pattern I've got the head's made of, you sew the head, and it's also got a body. I couldn't figure out how to make really nice yo-yo clown, but with a yo-yo body. So she's got a little dress on. The hair comes from Spotlight, just doll's hair, and I've sewn it in rows of backstitch across the back. But I rather love her. Now, if you wanted to use the yo-yos as a ball, you know, like just stuffing it, that is the end result. That and her nose is what happens when you stuff a yo-yo and just draw it in and close it. So they're yo-yo balls, which come in very handy. You used to be able to get oval shape yo-yos, which is what I've used for her feet. You can still get the large oval yo-yo, which I'm going to show you how to use later on. But this is the small yo-yo, and they don't make them anymore. So I'd be inclined to make a larger yo-yo and just pull it in on each side. But that is Ashley, the clown. So she's quite cute and very popular. And she's on the website, patterns $12.50. I'm going to go over now to the penny purses. Now, penny purses are wonderful. You can do the tiny little penny purse. That is 2 extra large yo-yos, which is the yo-yo maker this size for the penny purses. And they are practical. I actually fold notes in it and I have it, 'cause I wear a lanyard when I'm on all the craft shows, and I have my money folded in there and all my coins in there, and I have it attached to my lanyard. And they look too small, but they're not. And also for putting thimbles in and attaching them to your scissors, and they make a fabulous little Christmas present, especially, as I say, with ladies that use thimbles. They're really handy. These are the large penny purses, and they're absolutely beautiful. And once again, but we use the jumbo yo-yo maker. I'm going to show you what to do with that. Now, you can also do a fringe on them. Now, what I really love about this, like I can imagine doing a white and then having a beautiful white fringe for a bride's purse to put her lipstick and her tissues in and whatever. And then you could get the bridesmaids' fabrics and do one for each of them, and it would be beautiful. Thank you very much. Don't forget, crystalsandmore.com.au. Don't hesitate to drop me a line. You can also ring me. I think my phone number's on there, 0402 509 955. And I love all this stuff, and it's so much fun to talk about and show people how to use. Don't hesitate to contact me. Never feel for a second you're on your own. If you've got some of these products you don't know what to do, give me a buzz. Okay. Once again, Anne from Crystals and More. Thank you. Bye.